Good morning, business community. It's Aaron Avlog. Stroke of Genius. It's Joseph Genius Show Executive Experience. I am so excited. As you can tell, I'm a little too anticipated. And I got to guess, I can't wait for you to meet. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you may already know, but I have just it's been transforming my company and what I'm doing. So I wanted you to meet him. His name is Stephan from Coach CHC, which is corporate health coaching. But that's why that was a tank coacher. Let me begin my line. Hold on.
Welcome to the Stroke of Genius Show, Executive Experience. And now, here's your host, CEO Aaron Avila.
Good morning, Stephen.
Hello, Aaron. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm so happy to talk to you and to be invited on your show.
You do know what an honor for me to have you on my show. You're too kind because you and I and about everybody to know that you're coaching. I've done one actual full session, 30-minute session coaching. I'm telling you, people, I'm bringing up the character because Stephan is kind enough to bring up a 30-minute free coaching call for anybody out there. So if you're watching live or on the replay, please schedule a call. It's not just a fluff call. It's not a call that you will walk away going, really didn't accomplish something. Well, you walk away from this 30-minute coaching call with a clear direction. And that is something that Stefan has really impressed me with his clarity. His clarity. So, anyway, Stefan, please introduce yourself.
Of course. Thank you very much. And thank you for mentioning the coaching call. So, my name is Stephan from CHC, Corporate Health Consulting. And I am an entrepreneur since over 22 years already. And over the last 22 years, I was able to found already 6 different companies. And at the moment, I'm running 4 of them as a CEO and owner. And 2 of them are in the US, in Florida, and 2 companies are here in Europe, in Austria. But in the meantime, I don't live just in Austria anymore. I just came back from 3.5 months staying in Italy in the beautiful island of Sardinia. And I'm really, really curious about your questions and looking forward to them to tell a little bit more about myself and hopefully also give you a few insights on how you can become more successful as an entrepreneur or also more successful and happy in your life.
Yeah, I can. Awesome. I can't wait. Because to me, you are, I'm going to get into this later in the show. We'll discuss this. But you are the epitome of servant leadership, in my opinion. You bring value. I want to help you. I want to help you be successful. I get that feeling for you. So I thank you for that, Stefan.
Of course. Yeah, look, the reason why I love to support other entrepreneurs, which is one major part what we are doing in our companies. So we basically help entrepreneurs grow their business and multiply their revenue. And we have multiple resources from our CHC Online Academy, our personal coaching calls, one-on-one trainings, education, and on and on and on. The reason why I started this a couple of years ago was when I started my first company, I was still in school. I was 18 years old and I started my business and I literally had no idea what I was doing. No idea. I had no mentor, I had nobody to talk to, I had no education in this area. I never ever heard anything about sales or marketing or products or execution and all these things. So I was the first person in my family who founded his own company, his own business. So I had nobody in my friends and family where I could talk to them and ask, hey, what do I need to do? Where do I get customers from? How can I do my tax records and all these things? So I literally had to figure out all on my own. And Aaron, guess what happened? I failed so bad. I just tried something and it did not work. And I tried something else and it did not work. Then I tried something else. It did not work. Then I tried something. Oh, this worked, at least a little bit.
Okay.
But that's not a strategy I can recommend. That's not a good strategy on how to start a business. But I didn't know it better. So I basically I basically built my first company over the first 7 years just with trial and error, failing forward before I recognized, hey, this is not a good strategy. Probably I should learn how to sell. Probably I should get an education or at least information on how to market myself. Okay, wow, a coach or a mentor. What are the opportunities of a coach and a mentor? And I would have needed this help so bad in my beginnings, but I just did not know that this was available. I mean, that's crazy, but I just did not know that things like this were available. And that was the reason why I always said, okay, when I reach a certain amount of experience and success in my life and in my businesses, I want to share my experience, that other entrepreneurs don't have to do all these failures I needed to do and don't have to put $300,000 into training and education and not always good coaching programs because I decided for the wrong coaching. But I personally invested over 300K in the last 2 decades in my entrepreneurial education. So this is how I learned, plus all this experience. But that's the reason why I love to help other people, that they hopefully can avoid a couple of mistakes I already did.
Stefan, that is so, and that is what attracted me to you. And I think it's a real, genuine, authentic entrepreneurial journey, and you're willing to help others do it. To me, and we're going to talk more, I'm going to ask this later, but you are the epitome of what servant leadership is. It's how can I help you? And that's something as a gift. To me, it's a gift. It's you as a person, and we're going to talk about this because I have a question I want you to answer because it's pivotal to what you just said.
Yeah.
You had an experience when you were like 7 years old that basically formed your life. What your direction would be? Could you please share that with the audience?
Yeah, I can. It's always emotional to share this, but of course I will. Yeah. So look, when I was 7, 8 years old in this age, I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, my mom sat next to me on my bed, and she did not say anything, and I was just waiting. And then she started to cry, and I had no
Yeah.
idea what was going on. And then after she cried a lot of times, a couple of minutes, she said, "Your dad will never come home again. He left." And I was sitting there looking at my mom, saw her crying, and she just told me my dad will never come home again. And I did not understand it. I just did not understand what she's meaning with this. And I asked, yeah, okay, why? But when will I see him again? What happened? So I had a bunch of questions, but literally I didn't understand what was going on. I just saw this tremendous pain and sadness from my mom when she told me this. And then she said, hey, look, I have to go to work starting tomorrow, and I need to work full time now. So I will not be at home anymore, and not so much at home anymore, because I need to work and get the money and earn the money that we can survive and that we can live. But when we stick together, we will get over this. And you, so she was talking directly with me, you will be responsible for the house and for the garden now. And I'm going to work and I'm going to bring the money home. And when you are taking care of the house and the garden, and I'm taking care of the money, and we stick together, we will get over this. And I was sitting there, this small 8-year-old boy, Stephan, looking at his mom and didn't understand the world anymore. And I said, okay, I will do it. And in this moment, I stopped my childhood, stopped being a kid, and basically overjumped my youth. Because this small 8-year-old little kid was suddenly responsible for a 200 square meter house and a 500 square meter garden. And I took the responsibility. Because my mom told me, I need to do this, she is going to do that, and we will survive. And I did not know that basically in this very moment, I became an entrepreneur.
Boom. Great.
And it was such a painful, traumatic situation back then. But basically, this specific situation made me an entrepreneur, made this entrepreneurial mindset, and created this unbelievable passion on getting something done on your own and creating something as an entrepreneur. And I did not realize this for the next 20 years. I needed to become nearly 30 years of age to realize what I just told you. I mean, it caused tremendous pains and problems in my childhood and youth and upbringing and in school. What was basically happening? Because when an 8-year-old kid is acting like an adult, guess what? A lot of stress is starting and a lot of things are jumping onto your head and your shoulders. But this made me an entrepreneur. And I don't want to change anything from my past and from my life and all these painful experiences, because it brought me right here, right now, in front of the camera, talking to you, Aaron, and talking to your audience. And that's the beauty of it.
That is such an amazing story to me. And I think isn't that the entrepreneur? You try something, it doesn't work. You don't stop. You don't give up. You keep going, you learn from it. And that story to me is so amazing, because now there are people, there are people they have a gift. They know they have an energy about what the words are singing, how they're singing, the energy they put out in the world. I believe with you that it enlightened you, made you awaken to your destiny, which is where you're at right now. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm curious, we see the word entrepreneur. Tell me what it means. What is an entrepreneur to you?
An entrepreneur to me, or entrepreneurship, you asked before we literally started the show, what is success for you, Stephan?
Right. Okay.
And I answered freedom. So this is directly related to entrepreneurship for me, because my goal with entrepreneurship is by helping other people solving their problems, achieving my personal freedom. And this is, in my opportunity, the ultimate definition of entrepreneurship. I was in a podcast interview yesterday, which is going to be launched in a couple of days from now. And the interviewer, the podcaster, asked me a pretty similar question. And he said, okay, what is the core of entrepreneurship? And we talked about, okay, identifying a problem, having the idea for a solution, and just solving a problem for a company, another person, whatever, for the world, wherever. And this is, in my opinion, the core of entrepreneurship. There is a problem, you identify the problem, and you have an idea, probably not even the final solution, but you have an idea on how you can tackle this problem, and then you are doing something. And by doing this, by acting like this, you achieve for your personal life whatever you want to have. So whatever you want to achieve. For me, it's freedom. The freedom of choice. The freedom of choice to live where I want, to live with whom I want, to work with whom I want, to have a certain amount of financial stability and freedom and opportunities, and being able to create security, financial security for me, for my family, for my son, for my significant other, but also for my mom and dad, and so on. And I'm a true believer that entrepreneurship can change the world. I don't
Great.
believe politicians or famous people can do it. I think you, Aaron, as an entrepreneur, can change the world, and I, Stephan, as an entrepreneur, we can change the world.
Man, and yeah, I agree with you fully, and I intend to do that. And your help, I'll be able to do that because I think impact, the word that my company chose this year, because word that I picked, impact. I want to have an impact on people's lives in this world. I'm not just talking here, I'm talking global. My vision is global like yours. There's no difference. Because, we talked about the word success. What does success mean? Or the entrepreneurship and success are almost intertwined in a way because success will give you that freedom. Entrepreneurship will take you that road that leads you to that freedom, get you to that freedom.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing how you took hardship and then play it into your current life, which trial and error and hardship and the freedom you have now. It's amazing. Amazes me. But I wanted to touch, and boy, here we're 20 minutes of the show already. We said the agreement would go by quick. But I really want to touch on the subject which is dear to me, which I know I need to learn more of. But what is leveraging a network? What is that mean to you?
Leveraging my network. That's a great question, Aaron. That's really a great question. So the network, in my opinion, is one of the most valuable things you can develop in your life, period. Because without a great network, everything takes longer, is harder, and not so successful. And if you really, really, really get into serious trouble, and I don't mean you are doing crazy, stupid things that you go into jail, yeah? But for example, health issues or financial issues because you had a business meltdown or COVID hit or the financial crisis 2008 and 9 hits you and your businesses and all these things. I mean, I had all this crazy stuff behind me already, yeah? So the network is one of the most valuable things. I mean, look, you and I connected through one of the most amazing networks I know, the C-Suite network. So you and I met the first time in this network, and we started a communication. We connected on LinkedIn, and see what we are doing now. I was invited in your show, and I'm looking forward to all the things which will come in the future, probably between you and me and your company and probably my companies. So network is everything, because the first thing when I need something, or when I'm searching for a certain thing in the meantime, is I don't ask Google, I ask my network. Because Google cannot bring me a new employee. Google has a lot of answers, and a lot of these answers are, I don't know if it's real or if it's fake, what I get as an answer on search engines. But when I ask a friend of mine who is a successful entrepreneur, I know that this answer is real, and I can trust him and his experience. And so guess what? The answers I get from my network, or the exchange of thoughts, or also probably the ideas, or an external view on your question, is so valuable. I can't even tell you how valuable this is. And this also is this also is why a coach or a mentor is so important for us as an entrepreneur, because we are so involved in our own business that we are so focused, but it's like the horses with these caps here, yeah? So you don't see what is going on around you, and probably you don't see the solution, which is right here at a certain point, because you are so focused in this area or this direction. And then you will not find a solution. You will not become successful. And it's not a strategy to put in more hours and more hours and more hours and work harder and harder and harder. At some point, you are running out of hours as an entrepreneur. So get a coach, get a mentor, ask your network, or ask your network, hey, Aaron, do you know a great coach for XYZ? Because I need support, or I want to talk to somebody in this topic. And the network is everything.
Steve, that is so powerful. And that moment when I heard you talk about the pilot network. As you know, we mentioned Jeff Hayes' C-Suite network. And you know, I have at my disposal, I have people, friends of mine, that are CEOs, famous global CEOs, thought leaders of the world at my disposal, and they support me, and I'm grateful for them. And so I'm looking forward to developing, because I don't necessarily know how. I know, but you said when you have a problem or situation, you turn to your network. I meant you because I was feeling overwhelmed. How am I gonna get advice? How am I gonna be successful? Well, the problem really wasn't. It was what I was asking, who I was asking, because I felt like I was asking in the world. It was overwhelming.
Yeah,
But then I heard you say, ask your network, use your network,
of course.
leverage your network. Oh my goodness, click. I went click. It actually I understood. It's powerful. It's
Yeah,
powerful. So I
yeah,
really, really appreciate that. Now I want to state to people that you also offer coaching. In fact, I'm going to pull up a code, people. If you have opportunity to schedule a call, a 30-minute free consult call, which you could, Stephan, you're very good. You could charge for this, but we appreciate the free call. Trust me, I do a lot. And I encourage you to please, what can people expect from 30-minute call with you?
yeah. Great question. So yes, of course, this is totally for free. And I tell you why I'm doing this, because when you are searching for a coach, or when you need help as an entrepreneur, you need to have the right coach, and he needs to be the right person for you, and the coachee needs to be right for the coach. So in these 30 minutes, I directly dive into the biggest challenge or bottleneck what you have right now. And guess what? We attack it right away. And in a lot of situations, nearly every single time, we have a breakthrough in these 30 minutes for the biggest bottleneck or challenge you are experiencing right now. And then we just see, okay, where do you probably already have more potential? Or where can you leverage potential more you also have? And that's the second thing what we do. But we directly jump into what's the biggest challenge and the biggest bottleneck at the moment, and we solve it. And that's the purpose of these 30 minutes. And it's an opportunity for you, when you want to use these 30 minutes, to get to know me better, to see how I work in the coaching. And it's also an opportunity for me to see, is this entrepreneur serious enough that I want to work with him? Because I want to work with serious entrepreneurs. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I don't want that anybody is wasting my time. And this is what the people also can experience in these 30 minutes and see if I am the perfect coach for them.
I know I spend 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, I know.
I got a lot. I can't think. But I want to encourage anybody out there, if you see this QR code, scan your phone, book a 30-minute call. It will be one of the best calls you made this week, I guarantee you. Stephan, I can't believe we're basically out of time. I can't believe it. But I want to thank you so much for being here. Now, before we close, what is your social media platform? How do people get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you?
Yeah. So before I tell the social media platform, I want to give you a massive and huge compliment, Aaron. Just that you put it together, this show, and you are doing this, and you are tremendous, delivering so much value is literally unbelievable. Because I know you experienced a very hard situation in your life a couple of years ago, and most people would have given up. And most people would use this traumatic situation as an excuse to not be able to do any more in the future, or not be able to make something happen. And you literally turned it around. And you are using your experience and turn it into something great. And this has my highest level of respect, Aaron. So definitely, I really appreciate what you're doing. Massive respect for you, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So my social media platforms, the easiest way is LinkedIn, because I am every single day, multiple hours on LinkedIn, because I love this platform. And so you find myself on every single social media platform, but LinkedIn is the best one to reach out to me. So just my name, Stephan with a PH and Poschik. You see it in the interview here, you see my name. So just search for my name and you find me on every single social media platform, but LinkedIn is the best one and the fastest one to connect with me directly.
Yeah, and I'll put link. And I know we're right down to wire, but you told me some exciting news. You're launching a book, or you launched a book. Tell me a
Oh
little
yeah.
about. Do you have a copy you can hold up yet?
Yeah. No, that's basically the surprise I wanted to come up in the end of our show and your show today. So last year we already launched our CHC Academy, which is our online training and education platform for entrepreneurs. And we have already people from over 20 different countries in this academy, from Europe, from the US, from India, from Africa. So it really beautiful. And just a couple of weeks ago, I launched my first book, and it's called The Entrepreneurial Booklet on how to grow your business and multiply your revenue. And this is basically what I brought to your audience today because I want to give this book away for free to all the people who listen to your show. So we will also have it, I think, in the description below. And yeah,
Oh
that's what
wow,
I
but
want to
that
with me
now
today.
that you popped that one on me just now, so appreciate that. I will make sure I get a link for Stephan for the free booklet. What is the title of your book? What's the
Yeah,
title of?
it's called the Entrepreneurial Booklet: How to Grow Your Business and Multiply Your Revenue. And guess what? This is exactly what you will learn in this book: how to grow your business and multiply your revenue.
That's it. That's it. I'm excited. So, again, I'll put the link. Give me about 30 minutes or so to get the link from Spawn, and I'll put it in the description of the video. But again, put the 30-minute consultation. You wouldn't be disappointed. Stefan, we're out of time. I want to thank you so much for being here. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for having me. And I'm looking forward to what will come next between our companies.
It's going to be exciting. All right, there we go. Thank you again. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.